Hey friends, this is Dr. Heather from Ask Dr. Heather. I have had a few people saying that I have not done a refrigerator or a pantry tour in a long time. I guess a lot of people find it helpful because I know there are a lot of us out there who like to plan meals and menu. I find it very helpful to actually plan my meals and menus out kind of based on what the kids' activities are. My young men are getting much older. I have 4 boys. They are 8 years apart. My old from it looks like my Wi-Fi is a little iffy because of the storm rolling in here in Kansas City, but I'm coming live from Overland Park, Kansas. I am the co-owner of Garden Center for Wellness, but wanted to actually just show you how we actually line things up, as now I have 3 gentlemen, my young boys, 17 to almost 23, living in my house. But let you know, and I'm like, what do you guys want for dinner? We don't really have time for sit down dinners as much as I want, but as a grab and go. Sometimes I make a list on the outside of the refrigerator, but I didn't do any pre-cleaning. I'm gonna turn it around. And again, thanks for joining us. Let us know where you're coming from and show you kind of what's happening. So looking in the refrigerator, because again, when you're thinking about what I put together, I know my husband's getting ready to come, a sausage steak filet that we'll cook. So that's what's for, it sounds leftover, but we're putting stuff together. So I'm gonna pull this out now. It was a big Cobb salad, which I think I showed you guys. We got pre-made at Sam's that had bacon bits and ham and cheese and curious, but for our older boys that go to work or work out, this is a Plaza 3 steak and tomato soup. I did half the tomato, some celery in there for a little bit of seasoning. My children, they're not really children, young adults, they're soft tortilla. We do have a keto bacon. It's made with and sausage. Of course, we have eggs in there. And in our meat drawer, we have got some chorizo. So again, you can make a lot of stuff with chorizo. Chorizo and eggs is kind of a favorite snack. We've got some hard salami in there. It looks like we've got some pre-cooked bacon. I also cooked 3 pounds of bacon on Saturday. And I think we have, let's see, because I asked you guys, how do you cook your bacon? It looks like most people oven cook their bacon. I pan fried it. So of my 3 pounds of bacon, I bet I've got 4 pieces left. So I try to cook bacon at least once every week or every other week. And then in my vegetable drawer, it's sad, we're almost out of lettuce, and I've got some oranges and limes. That's in my fruit drawer. So our fruit is truly tomatoes, lemons, and limes. There's no other fruit found in our house, as most of you know. And I think I've got some wilted lettuce down there I'll probably chop up for lunch. So let me shut that drawer, shut the door, so to speak. So a lot of people do find this healthy. So when you're gonna grab something for lunch, I mean, you could have scrambled eggs for lunch, and you could throw some of the keto sausage and gravy on it. I know that Plaza steak soup is in there. I have zucchini noodles, which are super easy. We're gonna have the sausage steak filet tonight. Again, just make it super simple if we wanna do it that way. We've got green beans in here, so we could do green beans with some, if you want to do breakfast sausage. Let me see what's in the freezer. Again, I did not pre-clean. So this is what we found that was actually really clean. It's 18 grams of protein. And for my older kids that are on the go, this is easy. It was just a beef meatloaf sausage, which is easy. These again are super easy to eat. They're just bacon wrapped beef tenderloins. Again, they're not farm fed and they're not organic, but they are good and easy to go. We also found these chicken skewers, which are super simple and easy on the go. They're just chicken on a skewer. You can grill them, you can freeze them. They do have some other preservatives in there, but they're actually easy for, again, the 17 to 21-year-old to make. So giving you guys some ideas. So you just grab those with some green beans and you're good to go. Or grab these and take some over easy eggs and dip them in, and great for breakfast. Also, these steakums are super easy. So this is not the sandwich, it's just the meat. So you could do a soft shell taco or taco salad with them. You could put some zucchini noodles with them, or you could do some miracle noodles with them. You could just mix it with some stir-fried veggies, and they're all protein. They're ready in 5 minutes. You can see it is 1 gram of carbohydrate, 16 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat. So it really is pretty clean when you start looking at the ingredients, and 180 calories. So really, really easy. I know I've got a lot of beef in here right now. And this again, older son's buying some of these. I would not eat this. It's too much processed food for me, but it's real. It's in my house, just showing you what's happening. So that's what's happening. I have bones down here. These are bones being saved for chicken broth. So that's real. And I'm gonna take you guys out to my freezer. So I hope this is helpful. So we just grab something, like I could grab any of those frozen steak things. I could add my green bean to it because they're left over. I could add my leftover Cobb salad to it. So it's being just a little bit creative. Grab a protein. Again, that's super easy because I do have two college boys working full time. I have a high school senior that's coming and going all the time. And then we're gonna take a trip to our freezer in the garage. So I know you all have a garage, I would think, and no one's garage is perfectly clean. So here we are, honesty and very transparent. I am currently in the middle of doing the keto reboot, which is a 60-hour cleanse. So that's when I also find it time to actually clean out things. So I probably should have cleaned out my garage. There's an air compressor in front of my freezer. So I'm gonna open the door and turn this around. And again, let me know where you guys are coming from. Let me know what's happening. Yes, Blake is coming over. Salmon, we have got salmon too. So the top one in our freezer is more kind of, good, I can turn around so I can stand up now, is kind of our breakfast food type of thing. So we found these. Actually, the older boys eat these. They are egg on the top, cheese and sausage. You guys know I do no dairy, so I could rip the dairy off. It's a turkey sausage patty and cheese on the bottom. The macros are good. So for a college kid on a budget, it's not totally organic. It is 13 protein, 7 carbs, which isn't bad, and 17 grams of fat. So it's not bad. It's not perfect. You could make one fresh, much, much fresher yourself, but it's an egg which, so there's not a bun on it. And then we always have just some fresh ground hamburger patties, but I like to get this 93% lean hamburger or bison beef. I get those in 1 pound packages. So this is kind of all of our raw meat. It's also our leftover meat. So this is leftover smoked beef that Dr. Ralph did. So I tell you guys, we cook in quantities, we have leftovers. So this is probably when Frank Preeb's gonna send over Blake. Our kids are the same age. So you can see it's leftover smoked meat. This is leftover poblano, let me see, sauteed Polish sausages that are pre-cooked. We have leftover smoked tenderloin back here. So again, we smoke once or twice a month, and then we package it up in 2 to 3 pound servings. There's beef fillet in here. So again, we pull it out, and this is why it makes it so much easier when you have a house never knowing what you eat. Here is a big thing of beef tip back here. We've got a big pork butt back here. You can see that next time we smoke is ready to go. We've got raw chicken wings in here. So next time we get ready to do some chicken wings, they are ready to go. Then we also do have our fish. So we have a fish row here. So we've got some tilapia, which is not the cleanest fish, but it's easy to get the kids to eat sometimes. We have Atlantic fresh salmon. We have chicken wings on the fish shelf. Then we have some raw shrimp. So always buy shrimp raw, don't buy it cooked, and you want to leave the tails on it. And when you thaw it out, always do it in cold water. That's the best way to do it. And leave the tails on when you cook it so it doesn't get chewy. So always buy your shrimp raw. Another great thing to do and easy to cook, you guys, are these mussels. They always come really pretty clean. Never anything, a little bit of garlic and wine sauce. They're 4 or 5 minutes, easy to cook, great source of protein, great source of fat. And I have 3 or 4 kids that love them. So it's kind of a big hit for my house, 3 or 4 kids. And then our next 2 drawers in our freezer is just vegetables. So I don't need to read vegetables to you. There's green beans, there's broccoli. Big favorite we always have is some of the rice cauliflower. And the day before it was popular, like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, we were actually taking a cheese shredder and we were shredding our cauliflower because nobody else was pre-doing it. But now on the go, that's what we have. And then, sorry guys, loud. And then what do we have in the drawer? We have grass-fed butter. Then we have broccoli florets, organic when we can. Again, butter. So from my freezer to yours, so what do? We take something from the top shelf. I'm gonna turn around. So you pick something, either you take a leftover and you pull it out the night before that's been smoked or cooked before, and then you pick a vegetable down below, or you pick something that you want to cook the night before, pull it out, and you pick a vegetable down below, and then you pick the butter on the side, or you pick one of the oils that we have. Oftentimes people think cooking is too hard, but what we do is we do try to shop 1 time a week. I had some pork carnitas in the bottom I should have showed you. But what we do is we just write down all the list of frozen meats that we have, frozen vegetables, and then we generally just go buy all the fresh veggies for the week and eggs and things like that. And then it's a really easy way to get your menu made. We don't overspend, we don't overbuy, and then it's nice to have those home kind of cooked smoke things that we get randomly throughout the week. So I hope this kind of helped you guys as you get ready to make a list, because what I do is I just write down, again, I have somebody come out the freezer, make a list of the frozen stuff that's already cooked, frozen stuff that's uncooked, and we do rotate our meat. So we try to do beef on Monday, or meatloaf Monday, or steak on Monday, or hamburgers on Monday, and then Tuesday is generally I would say Taco Tuesday, or say generally chicken day, because it's based on our trash, and then we have fish on Wednesday, and then turkey or pork on Thursday, and then we have another fish on Friday, whether it's a shellfish or a white fish, we try to do, or a pink fish. So if we do a white fish on Wednesday, we do a pink fish on Friday, and then Saturday's generally kind of a leftover day. Everyone's kind of working, we're doing yard work, so that kind of rotates throughout that. Same thing with vegetables. I know I've got like 3 or 4 frozen things of green beans, 3 or 4 frozen things of this, but we always have generally 2 or 3 veggies a day. So celery is generally a snack, cucumbers are always a snack, always part of a meal, but we always have salads with something else. So when you're thinking of snacking, don't let it only be nuts and nuts and nuts, or let it be some nut butter on some celery, or guacamole on some cucumbers or peppers. So you always want to rotate through that. And oftentimes people think breakfast. I did show you some breakfast sandwiches, but have a handful of veggies with that, or have some olives with that, or if you're going to have scrambled eggs for breakfast, but rotate through that breakfast. So like those little tenderloins with bacon wrapped on that, those are amazing in an over easy egg. Or I like salmon patties for breakfast. I love tuna salad for breakfast, but you know, I do a lot of intermittent fasting, so it ends up being about 2 meals a day. So if I do a fat coffee or a coffee and keto cream for breakfast, then it'll be tuna salad either with cucumbers, or I just dip them with red peppers, or fill half a pepper, red or green, with salmon salad, turkey salad, egg salad, tuna salad, salmon salad, something like that. But I know people get really paralyzed when it comes to meals and menu. They get these amazing, beautiful cookbooks from Maria or Sullivan, and they're beautiful cookbooks, but they get overwhelmed. It can be so easy, guys. Just pick up like some chicken and broccoli, make some hamburger and green beans, and some coleslaw on this side. And I should have showed you all the fats in the refrigerator, which would have been the mayo and that kind of stuff. Or side things could be, again, like a pickle. And do try to buy organic when you can, but I'm showing you real life. I have, again, a 21 and a 23-year-old. They do go shopping, they do buy stuff. They like their low-carb tortillas, but we do things like chorizo or pork once a week or once every couple of weeks. And it can be smoked pork or pork loin. I made some pork tenderloins last week where I dipped them in the pork rinds. So dipped them in egg and pork rinds, and just pan fried them in a little bit of coconut oil, and then just baked them the rest of the time. So just rotate through that. That's really the best thing. And your fats you want to rotate. Don't only do olive oil, don't only do coconut oil, and the same thing with your milk. So the same thing, do a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of hemp milk, a little bit of almond milk, a little bit of cashew nut milk. You're going to rotate through that so you're getting all the different macronutrients. So again, I'm excited to, it's a 60-hour reboot. I will roll out of my reboot tomorrow sometime when I am hungry, and I think I'm either gonna have some tuna salad, or I'm gonna have some eggs. I don't know, kind of whatever you're in the mood for, but you just want to make sure you're always rotating. I see people get in a rut where they're doing eggs all the time, and what Dr. Simeon showed, he was one of the founders of the HCG diet, but what he found is actually if people eat the same foods every day after 4 days, that would mean you do eggs and bacon for breakfast, you do chicken and salad for lunch, and you do hamburger and broccoli for dinner, or hamburger and green beans, the same meal 4 days in a row, you will hit a stall or plateau. Whether you're trying to increase lean muscle mass or you're trying to lose fat, you'll hit a stall or plateau because your body will think it's in a starvation mode. So hopefully these are some easy tips to help you follow along. This is Dr. Heather from Ask Dr. Heather. As always, this is meant to be shared, so go ahead and hit that share button, tag a friend below that you know maybe needs some help with menu planning. That's a question I get all the time. It's very easy, guys. Pick a meat, pick about the size of a deck of cards, or the size of your phone now I can say. So pick a protein the size of your phone, because your phone's not very thick, but it's a little bit bigger than a deck of cards. Pick a couple handfuls of vegetables and pick a couple tablespoons of fat, and that's it, guys. Keep it super simple. It will be delicious every single time, and then just rotate. And it's not any more expensive to rotate. You're gonna find you save a lot of money when you're not overbuying, or like we do, get a freezer. Where's my freezer? Get a freezer and freeze it, and then just be cognizant that you're always going out to the freezer and making sure that you're using your freezer food at least once or twice a week. And again, it saves you a ton of time. Throw it in a crock pot when you come home from work or come home from a long day. bam, it's ready to go. So again, you guys have an amazing day. Let me know some tips that you have. I would love some new tips. I know I don't know it all, but I'd love some tips that you have for keeping it super simple, keeping it low carb and healthy, or keto and healthy. You know, I always say KISS, keep it super simple, and that's what I want to help people do. Keep it super simple, eat a very healthy lifestyle. And again, it's close that counts. It's not about perfect. It's just about being better. Have a blessed day, guys.